Hello everyone, it's Foxy, and today came out the December 19th Sea of Thieves developer update. Some things I want to talk about from the last patch. They fixed the rowboat glitch where you couldn't dock the rowboat with all the gunpowder barrels in it. There was a chance that there would be a glitch that would trigger the kegs when you try to dock the rowboat. The only smallest glitch is that now you still have to jump in sometimes because there's a slightest chance that when you drop it, it'll drop right between the smallest crack between the ship and the rowboat, and it'll fall into the ocean. A little bit of a note here. I actually just got in the mail the limited edition badges, I guess pins. So I'm very happy about these. I'm very much looking forward to the arena. One of the symbols for my crew that I've been gathering is going to be this. So I am going to be wearing that badge when I first time enter the arena. That's actually one of the biggest things I'm most excited for. I really want to hear some news about the arena, some update about what's going on with that and where it's going. Like what I've heard is that people on the same server are all going to have the same maps. And that's going to force PvP fights and basically some kind of thing around that, like who sells the most treasure wins. So those are some things preempt to the update that I'm thinking about right now. Going into this, I'm very excited. This is Rare's video. You guys can see the link, the description. All credit goes, of course, to Rare, and this is just a response video. They own this video. I just own the reviewing part and me talking about it. A little bit about myself. I'm a pretty hardcore player. I love the PvP aspect of Sea of Thieves. I'm all for enriching the world in a PvE, but also enriching the world in the PvP venture and creating all of these tools that we can use to expand the sandbox possibilities of the game. I'm definitely a tryhard in this game. Something I'm really trying to build for myself is the name of the Jack Sparrow of Sea of Thieves, and people have started already calling me friends and foes this due to the my skills in PvP and my general in-depth knowledge of the game. So, without further ado, let's get into this update.
Hello everyone, Joe Neat here, Executive Producer on Sea of Thieves with another weekly dev update. So firstly, just a couple of reminders. So Shrouded Spoils will be ending in early January, so if you want to get the Wailing Barnacle cosmetic set, you've got until early Jan. Similarly, with the Gilded Voyages that we introduced a week ago, you've got until early January to go to Duke and purchase these off him. So as this is the last dev update of the year, I wanted to use it as an opportunity to look back over everything that we've done and that we've achieved, you know, together as a development team and as a community, because it's been an incredible year.
So, it doesn't look like he's talking too much about people who had bugs with the Gilded Voyages, because there were some people that they would DC and lose the voyage. As a solo player, oftentimes I get very frustrated when the game just crashes, and I'm like, well, that went well, and guess we're restarting because all that progress is gone. Definitely some kind of reconnect option would be nice. I think this is definitely a call to this too as well, because Gilded Voyages, you only get one, so you can't repurchase, you can't really restart, you're goners. If you disconnect and you don't have a crewmate with you, it's gone. That's it. I hope that they figure out some more ways to maybe not only work on patching so that there isn't a problem with disconnecting from the game, but also create some kind of option where if the game realizes that you've been disconnected from it, you quit through like closing the window, and you didn't quit through escape button, press would you like to quit, are you sure, you would lose all your progress, right? If you disconnect in that way, they have a way to save your ship in the world, and they have a way for you to reload the game, come back in, or some way of just like saving where you are in the world and just saving you from the trouble of losing your progress in that way. I can see that their focus is probably going to be the arena. We'll have to see. This is a 20. Wait a second. This is a 22-minute video. Whoa! Okay, so chances are very high that he's not focusing so much on the Gilded Voyages, but very much on the future of the game and very much on the arena. Please, please talk about the arena. Okay, here we go.
So Sea of Thieves as a project has been an incredible journey for us all, and that started way before this year in terms of the insider program, in terms of growing and building this community around this new type of game that we were making. But really the last year was when it's all kind of become real. You know, with the closed beta, which we launched in January, and that was the first time.
Beta? Beta. He said in one of his streams like that his accent isn't that broken, but I mean come on. Beta? In closed beta? Last closed beta? Okay, here we go. I'm sorry, Neat. It just had to.
Time we lifted the NDA for Sea of Thieves, and for us, we were always really passionate about this watchable, shareable game, about players creating stories together. It really was like nothing I've felt before on a project, kind of knowing that we were going into launch of this new IP, and I don't think any of us really knew what to expect as we were heading towards launch. Like, what kind of numbers were we going to see in terms of players?
Yeah, so I mean, of course, they took a risk. They made a game of the genre that hasn't really been tapped into like at all. And on top of that, they focused on the complete in a very backwards way to like how to make quick money as a company, and everything, all the aspects of the game, the look of it was amazing. The world was amazing. The potential was there. The world is amazing, and I'm really glad that they were able to, go through that hoop of surviving that stage and going into having all these updates being lined up with the team working on multiple updates at the same time and having all this extra time to create all these updates. I have to say this every time I talk about Rare and their updates. In my opinion, not a single update that Rare has come out with, a large one, right? Not necessarily patched stuff. Of course, patches can go wrong, can go right, all that stuff. And then, of course, releases will sometimes have a little bit of a crash. Of course, give a little room, please. Of course, things need to be tested. They would fix things as soon as they knew about them. But that's with every game and every company. The point here I'm trying to make, not a single update has taken away anything from the game. It's only added things to it. And I think that's actually very commendable. I mean, honestly, a big applause to Rare. Really. Because there are plenty of games that have been ruined because of updates that are trying to make money instead of make the game a better game or a bigger game. I think this company understands that building on top of something that is fundamentally high in quality is really valuable, and it has great payoff if you work at it, if you believe in it, and if you just keep going. They're very happy about their success, and I think they did find success with this method. They've proven something about the gaming industry, that you can make a game in this way. You can begin with the world and then add things into it, rather than begin with the everyone's super excited about all these different things in the game and then try to do cleanup, right? I would definitely commend Rare for taking that step. And yeah, sure. Go ahead and toot your horn, because I know you guys are working on a big update. Go on, go on. It's fine.
What was going to happen? We had our predictions that we'd made.
You guys deserve
the
it.
Kind of numbers and the scale, and that we'd run with all the different scale tests that we had. We had the beta. We had different scale tests between then and launch, and we were as best prepared as we could be going into this launch kind of moment for Sea of Thieves, but. Nothing had prepared us for the amount of players that we saw for Sea of Thieves in that launch week, and especially over those first couple of days. And I vividly remember being here with our services team. We had a kind of room booked out where we had a load of screens up with all the different graphs showing us all the different numbers and all the things that were kind of...
Right, and also if you look at like amount of art that has been done for this game, if you go into the Sea of Thieves fan art, you're gonna find so many things. Just take a look at this. Look, this is somebody drew this fan arts. Look at these look how much work. Like, I mean, look at this ArtStation. Look at this. Some things that people have created. Basic ArtStation, right? ArtStation has some incredible. Right, that's the website. Sea of Thieves. Yeah, look at all this art. Like some of the best stuff is like this. Look at this. Somebody designed this like a lighthouse kind of like spot and some really incredible work on islands and things of that nature. Look at this. Look at this beautiful, beautiful work. Like I'm just looking like if you want to see who these artists are, like I'm just looking at the front page. Um, of ArtStation. Definitely a lot of fans, and definitely a lot of people wanted a Sea of Thieves game. And of course, if we talk about like Pirates of the Caribbean Online, of course, right? Pirates of the Caribbean Online was a great game. Everyone really wanted a pirate game that was an MMO of sorts, right? And it has Pirates of the Caribbean Online. They made a pretty great balance of like story, of adventure, and of MMO slash PvP. It was a pretty good balance. I played it for a while, but then it got shut down, and then they had to like I was like coming back, and I was like, wait, where's the game? And it's gone because Disney copyrights, right? The fan base recreated the game. Like that's incredible. It was an incredible recreation. It felt felt like a nostalgia run. And people wanted some game like that. It really filled that spot, I think, and they took an opportunity of a pirate game and they created a sandbox game and it's incredible, and I love that they didn't go for the MMO style because the MMO style would have made it, of course, I don't know, it wouldn't be sandboxy, and I love the sandbox side of Sea of Thieves because it makes for you being able to create your own adventure rather than Rare figuring out what the adventure should be for you, right? You can just kind of decide the adventure and how you want it to go. Just like I talked in my previous video, is that the most incredible thing about the game is you decide how difficult you want the game to be for you, and you decide what you want the experience to be like. Like I'll send myself into a 1v4 situation on a brigantine nowadays. I do this one man brigantine versus a four-man galleon with Pirate Legends on board fighting over a fort. I'll do it because that's how I think the game will be exciting for me. Yes, I could bring a three-man crew, and I could probably slaughter that galleon and take the fort by ease. Yes. Oh, praise. But I won't do that because that's not fun for me, and that's not fun for them. Back to the video. This is going to be a long review video, isn't it?
Important to us in terms of our services and our data. And sitting there just watching numbers go up way beyond anything that we had experienced so far, and kind of sitting around and asking like what's going to happen when we hit 200,000 or 300,000 concurrent whatever, like, and quite a few people just kind of going, I don't know, I guess we're going to wait and see. Ultimately we had some challenges around launch, right, in terms of the build itself and everything working as we intended. We still believed really kind of strongly that the right thing to do was whatever challenges we were having, being open, being transparent, listing the kind of top things and what we're doing to address them and putting that human face to it really kind of helps get people understanding of the challenges that you're facing and what you're trying to do, and really who you are as a company and as a team, and as a project. So thanks to everybody for their support during that time, because it was an interesting time for everyone, I think. But what a moment in time for us. So another one of the interesting moments in time around Sea of Thieves was reviews. Because we were looking internally, looking at all of the numbers that we consider to be measures of success, whether that was sales, whether it was kind of Game Pass, it was streaming, all of the things that were important to us. And we were seeing off the chart success. But at the same time, like, reviews are a moment in time for a product. And for some people, it was an amazing experience. It was this place to go and have these kind of amazing stories. For some people, there wasn't enough to keep them going around the loop, or for some people, the social experience they were having weren't quite what they expected, and lots of different kind of perceptions.
I'm looking at you, cookie clickers. See, I have this new term I use for people spending the least amount possible of time working or playing the game or like doing things, and most of the time watching that one over there. the gold number go up. People who just avoid the game and just want to watch their numbers go up. I've found out the most perfect, fair way to think about it. If you remove everything in the game but watching that number go up, like if you're trying to minimize the game as much as possible to the point that all you see is the number go up, you've turned the game into cookie clicker. Or you're just watching the number go up, and once you hit a certain amount, you can get these heaven cookies, which is called Athena chests, that give you a new level for your Athena. Wow, wow! And the faster I can get through to get more of those heaven cookies, Athena chests, the faster I can climb up in that level. And once I hit the max, I'll just quit. So, or I'll just have bragging rights and tell my friends how much I'm better than them or how much more I spend on the game. Time, right? And it's time, not energy, right? They care about the time they spend grinding up almost, or like what represents their time and how much faster they are at making money in the game. Making money faster in the game doesn't mean anything. It doesn't say anything about your ability as a player in that game. Especially your PvP skills are non-existent if all you do is just do fleet runs, right, and fleet takeovers with 6 ships and things of that nature. I call players like that cookie clickers because that's what they're playing. They're playing cookie clicker. They're not playing Sea of Thieves. Gosh, it's like you're complaining about the game being the game. Oh my gosh, Sea of Thieves? Why is it Sea of Thieves? I want it to be Sea of Friends. Ah. All right. All right. I'm done bitching about it, but I have to bitch about it. I have to, because I hate it.
Perceptions around this, and so the reviews were kind of mixed. And on video
Mixed.
games, that's like a traditional measuring stick, right? Is reviews. But for us, there's so many different measures that set success, and especially when you're trying to create a completely new type of experience, it's something that's hard to assess, and also something you're going to have to learn and grow with your players and tweak and tune and make adjustments to the features to make them better work in a social environment where you've got loads of strangers playing together. We had to work with our players, with our community, to understand how they were playing the game and what sort of stuff they wanted to see in the future. So
Okay, just so you guys know at Rare, no one wants the Battle Royale closing circle of Fortnite in Sea of Thieves. Just so you know. Yes, it might make a lot of kids happy about the game, but it's not what we want. It's not what I think it's going to be. I know that they love the game. Please just tell me what's going on. Please. Just want to know. Stop talking about this. Just. Ugh.
we just kind of stayed focused on what our vision for the game was. We saw that it had landed kind of really well in terms of the type of experience that we set out to create, but that people wanted to see more and they wanted to see this improved, that improved. And so we
not the Battle Royale circle.
In a kind of meeting room for like a week, like production, design, etc., all just fleshing out kind of how do we want to go and grow and evolve this based on all this feedback? What are the top things we want to go and address? And ultimately that's led us to where we are today. But it was a really interesting moment in time for us as a team. From that launch kind of moment in time, the
Are you moving on?
Since then has been
No.
incredible, and like nothing else I've ever
it.
experienced professionally in my entire career. And from the first update that we put out.
Oh, not back to the updates, please. Are you seriously gonna go through every single update for this shit?
That it's an interesting social game. That how we wanted to grow and update it, with our little story, our little kind of campaign around Merrick, around introducing this new threat.
Wait, I actually never realized this. He's throwing exquisite spices into the fire to feed the fire. Oh my god, what a savage. Why would you throw spices to feed the fire?
Story, our little kind of campaign.
He's like trying to spice up the fire here. He's like, I'm gonna spice it up, boys. Alright.
Tool in the speaking trumpet and encouraging people to use that in the right way. And it was amazing to see how that update landed, the stories that came out of that, the cooperation that it encouraged, and the fact the game became kind of twice as friendly during that that moment because people were all cooperating around this really cool story. And so for us, it was real kind of vindication of our approach and of what this game was, and really encouraging for everything that we were planning to bring beyond this. And so it was a really great moment in time for us, and probably my personal kind of update, the one that I loved the most, just because it showed we could do interesting stuff with social behaviour, with kind of player encounters, and really drive a different type of behaviour in a multiplayer game than you'd see in most multiplayer games. So obviously we've hit cursed sails with the skeleton ships, with the Forsaken Shores, with the new part of the world, and then most recently Shrouded Spoils as the major update has really done.
Okay, thank God he didn't like spend another like 3 minutes per update that they released, because they released a couple, right? Yeah, like I definitely agree. I think that like the updates just really changed up the game back and forth, and the fact that the update still had residue onto the world and kept the things that they did in the update in the world is really something cool. I think it would be also extra cool if you could still go on those voyages, like maybe talking to a certain person or something. It would like open up your ability to like go and like it would just like re-access the story or something of the Hungering Deep or the Curse. Like I mean, the story is still technically there, but you can't really go back to those updates. It's a very fine balance of whether of keeping the game a sandbox while not keeping it completely sandbox versus making it so unsandboxy that it's no longer a sandbox game, but just like a shittier version of and what could have been an MMO. So like I think they're striking a really fine balance with that with Shrouded Spoils. But I'd like to see some way to replay those stories, because those stories were a lot of fun, and I would not mind playing them again.
Great job of almost tying all of those releases together, and the frequency of encounters with the kind of skeleton ships, the Kraken, and the forts, and all this kind of stuff. Like the whole thing feels so much busier, and every adventure there's something different happens. And I think it's done a really great job of kind of tying together all of the. Really puts us in a great position for what our future plans for Sea of Thieves are.
Which are?
You know, as we're nearing the end of the year here, and it feels
yes
really different to kind of last year. So as we were coming to Christmas, leading up to launch, we were running into this, and we had a lot of stuff that we still had left to do. We had
stuff, right?
In January, we had the launch in March, and so there was kind of a lot of tension, a lot of challenges. And I remember being in a meeting room the day before Christmas Eve, leading up to last year's Christmas, just for like 6 hours with myself, kind of tech directors, design directors, with Craig.
More history stories.
And kind of batting things backwards and forwards.
Are you removing Sea of Thieves?
Where's the risk? And it was.
What is the solo sentiment about?
Trying to get as much stuff in, but you're also trying to be realistic about what you can, and so you were kind of going into Christmas off the back of a tough, tense conversation, knowing that we were going to come back in and we were just going to run hard at it and try and make the most of the opportunity that we had with the game. And it was great. It's great that effort that we put in and all of those conversations kind of leading up to launch led us to where we got to.
The sweat of our brows. The sweat of our brows and the strength of our backs will carry us through almost 12 minutes of sentimental talk and history lesson. When do we find out about the updates? Please tell me about the future. I want the future.
And gave us the platform to continue growing Sea of Thieves. But now, as we look to kind of the next year, I think the opportunity has never been greater. And our plans now, like the team, across the team, is all just really excited.
I'm excited. Really kind of I want to be excited. Can I be more excited? No. You said the word. You said it. You said the word. You said the word. He said the word. Listen, everyone. This is the alert, ladies and gentlemen. He said the legendary word, which is news. News is, and the news trigger word is arena. So here we go, guys. This is the part of the video that we really care about. Listen close.
The team's working on the new features that we're bringing in to enrich both arena and adventure. Like there's like pets as well that we've talked about. There's so many different things.
You said pets. You said pets. Guys. It's been many months. Wait, March? They were like, oh yeah, we could do monkeys, parrots, and cats, right? December, 7 months. We haven't heard anything about pets at all. Now he says the words pets. This must be signed. Please, Rare. We've been waiting for so long. It's such a meme already.
Being worked on across the team that we've kind of kept under the hood a little bit. But
Yeah, no
for me
shit.
now is of excitement and is of
Uh-huh.
kind of looking at that opportunity and seeing how much of a moment can we create with all
Yeah.
this new stuff that's coming
Yeah,
in. So,
lots of new stuff. I want to
it's a
know.
really great feeling to be going into.
I'd love to feel it with you.
Looking
Christmas,
forward to a
yeah.
well-earned break.
That'd be a great
as a team,
time.
as a studio, and I think
Oh,
the team has done an incredible job
oh,
this year. And
yeah.
really deserve
Oh,
that
right.
kind of time off and that time to chill and relax and reflect on what they've done.
Uh-huh.
But now, looking to the new year,
New
I'm
Year.
more excited
Yes.
about what Sea of Thieves has kind of lined up for
Uh-huh.
all of our players.
Oh my God.
Across the world.
Are we getting a to-do
in the
list?
year and kind of in that kind of first half of the year. So
Please.
there's so much exciting things going on in the studio. It's just an incredible kind of feeling, and I'm trying to get that across to everyone out there because it feels really special.
Oh, I mean, I wish you could get across some words about the future too.
Kind of come this year and that we've done so far and that we've done together as a team, but also what we've got planned for everyone next year. I truly believe Sea of Thieves is going to become something incredibly special to so many people across the world as we deliver on the stuff that we're working on right now. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the highlights of the year.
No!
For me, and I know for a lot of the team. And so one of these is just all of the shows that we've been.
Is this literally just a sentiment video? Oh no. It's not an guys. We've been fooled. It's not an update video. It's a look back at the year sentiment rare rewind, guys. It's the better version of the YouTube rewind, except in this one, it actually does talk about the things that it's rewinding rather than like not about them, right? So let's go ahead and just enjoy the sentiment video. I'm guessing there's not going to be anything about the arena. Of course, the holidays are a time to take a break. Look at these guys. These guys are having a blast taking a break. You know. So let's just keep watching the sentiment video, shall we? Develop no updates, just sentiment.
Whether that's been across in the States, it's been E3,
Aww.
or it's been the Comic Cons, or it's UK, or even more recently Bilbao in Spain.
Yeah, Spain was cool.
The common theme that runs through this is the people that we meet there, and never stop telling us those stories, never stop sharing that stuff with us, because it keeps us going and it makes us so motivated to do more and to do better and to keep just doing unique things with the video games that we work on. So
okay, I'm gonna say one thing though, like definitely that's makes sense, and especially I really like that they added the Stronghold keg. Like that was nothing. No one was talking about that. Like no one was like, oh, could we have like an explosive keg in the cave of the forts that explodes like 5 times harder than a normal keg? No one was like thinking like that. No one was like even came up with that. They came up with that themselves. And they were like, oh yeah, people love using kegs. People find all these ways to use them. This is like the second time that they've added something that is keg related to the game. That was a big change to the game itself in a way. First, they added the fuse, which they never had the fuse, and they added the explosive. I mean, there was a whole fucking update about kegs. Like there was the explosive skellies, like tons of them. They would spawn an explosive skelly and 3 skellies every single time you touched the ground. And they would not stop spawn. It was the best time also, especially for me. I loved that update. Walk up to a grave and there was like a skelly, then whoop comes out a fucking keg out of the ground. Like that was great. That was one update that came out. They had the fuse, right? And then the biggest next update, now they add the Stronghold keg. The game, hearing our stories and what we've done in the game, and listening to that and finding ways to invent their own ways to enrich the world and make it more of a home for the people that are really passionate about the game. So, because like the Stronghold kicks are definitely a huge topic. People have tons of stories around that, and any weapon that you can use that takes a lot of craftsmanship, a lot of investment, a lot of time, or any just sort of dedication, something that proves your dedication to the game and takes care and takes the mind of a thief to pull off and the mind of a mastermind, to find a way to like utilize is always going to be a very rewarding story and experience. And I think that that definitely brings more of that into the game.
Thank you to everyone that we've met at all of the shows or who have sent us messages on Twitter or an email to the studio or whatever it is, however you choose to share your story, share your memories with us. It's been incredible, it's been powerful, and it's what keeps us going and kind of gets us through any of those tough days or those challenges. And on that topic, the community. So everyone here that's watching the video, everyone that's part of our wider community, like I've never worked on a game with this kind of community and this kind of support and this kind of relationship that we have between ourselves and everybody out there, and the respect that there is there, the trust, the kind of admiration that goes both ways, and also the constructive feedback that everybody gives us. We know if we do something wrong, our community tells us, but we also know when we do something right because our community tells us. And that we have this relationship that we can keep trying new things, and as long as we communicate it properly and we let people know why, and like that, we know that we're gonna get great feedback and a great response. And thank you to everybody that's been a part of the Sea of Thieves community, because it makes it so easy for us to keep working on this and to stay passionate about the game Sea of Thieves, because of the amazing community that we have around it. And alongside,
Yeah, by the way, all of you haters of Sea of Thieves and like and by haters I mean people that like nonstop complain about the game having no content and that like don't believe in Rare to keep developing the game in the way that they've proven they are capable of improving the game. Uh, like, just screw off. Go play Atlas. Go cry about another game. If you wanted an MMORPG, you can find one. There's plenty out there. Don't have to hate on Rare or hate on Sea of Thieves for being a game that isn't a copy of everyone else. Just go away, find a game that everyone else is playing that is just like you, and play it. Don't buy Sea of Thieves. Don't play Sea of Thieves for the sake of just having more MMO like tier to like gloat about. Like no hardcore fan of Sea of Thieves, no hardcore true passionate player of Sea of Thieves who truly cares that you have 2 million more gold than them, but still doesn't do sales without you telling them to do it in your crew. No one care. Like that is so much more important. You're want to be part of the crew. You want to be involved in the adventure. You're trying to better yourself all the time in the game. There's so many ways you can level in the game. You can literally go on a fleet today. I had a friend. Let me show you guys. This is a conversation with one of my friends, right? 6 ships, complete fleet takeover, 3 galleons, 2 brigantines in the sloop on the same server, all in Devil's Roar, means double price and XP. He said he went from Athena level 9 with like only a little bit of the way towards 10. In 5 hours, that's 20 chests he got to level 10 Athena. With this, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you can get Pirate Legend in 6 days by abusing every single thing in the game that allows you to level faster, allows you to get things faster. Technically, the first Pirate Legend in the game that got the Pirate Legend title was a streamer that asked his viewers to, at the end of their voyages, not turn anything in, wait for him to join the crew, turn things in, and he would constantly join random crews for turn-ins so that he could level up the fastest in the entire game. And he did that, and he got the Pirate Legend title first in the game, technically. But he's not really the first Pirate Legend at heart for me. The first Pirate Legend was Mirith or something. I have to actually look this up. I think it was Meredith. I don't remember the real name of the guy, but there was a guy who actually was playing the game nonstop, completely, and he was super pissed at Prodigy for making it first, because he was like so close to it. He almost made it. He just was a little bit off and he was doing it the right way. So he clearly was head and shoulders above everybody else, you know. If it takes a fucking streamer to cheat their way like this to get it right, to be able to beat this guy, so clearly this guy is the one that deserves this. I think his name was Merith. I don't remember, but so you know, like there's so many ways to get Pirate Legend, and there's so many ways to level Athenas in a faster way than normal or the faster way than another way, right? But that's not what the game is about, right? So there's really no incentive in the game to rush through the game in a way. Honestly, all of the things that I achieve are always have a sentiment to it. And I think that's why a lot of why Joni talks a lot about sentiment is because the game is balanced for everyone. You start with the same exact pirate that you end with, right? You can complete the entire game and every achievement in the game. You will still have the same pirate as the guy who just bought the game and who just started playing. You won't look exactly the same, but you will have the exact same tools available to you. So if you guys swapped accounts, you would still be able to do the exact same things you could on your other one. The accounts don't matter. The only thing that all of this achievements reflect is your own adventures and kind of like a gallery for your own self. It's just kind of like your own gallery to like look back on, to be like, oh, yeah, this is the jacket I wore most of my playthrough to Pirate Legend, right? I have one of those, and I cherish it a lot, and I wear it sometimes, and I'll swap different clothes depending on what I'm trying to pull off, right? I'll have a hat that represents some of my adventures. I have one hat that I was wearing when I pulled off my truly first Athena Steel ever, and it was recorded on my achievements. And I am going to get the legendary thief achievement through stealing. I refuse to do trading through alliances because that would not fulfill what I want that achievement to represent on my profile. I want it to represent actual stealing. And I want the legendary thief title to mean something rather than just be another checkbook in my achievements tab, right? We make the stories and we use what is given to us, these achievements, to help tell our story or to help prove our story real to ourselves and to our friends. Um, you know, so that's kind of like what I want to say about that. But let's go back to the video.
Inside the community, I want to say thank you to the entire team here at Rare. We've tried to do something different with Sea of Thieves, and the team has come along the journey with us, and they've worked incredibly hard leading up to launch and then switching straight into that post-launch kind of update world. And the hashtag SOT story, please feel free to just fire me across any of your memories, your stories, and everything else. And I think for me and for the team and for our wider community, we'd love nothing more than to spend the kind of Christmas holidays just clicking through that hashtag and seeing all of the ways that people have had amazing stories in Sea of Thieves. It really made Sea of Thieves an amazing place to be for so many people.
He's got like about 50 seconds more, but I'm gonna just say, yeah, that's awesome. But I'm really glad. I really enjoyed this developer update. I'm glad that the Gilded Voyages are still going to be out through to January, and that some people maybe will jump on the wagon train, and I'll be able to steal some more Athenas, hopefully, or do more of the Gilded Voyages. It's always fun. But yeah, let's go back to the update just to wrap this up.
It's the future and everything that's to come in 2019 is so exciting, and I hope everybody has an amazing kind of holiday break. They have a great new year and they set themselves some great resolutions, but really that you're going to stay with us, come with us on this journey and see where the adventure takes us as we head into 2019. The future has never been more exciting. So thanks for everything, and I'll see you on the seas. Cheers.
I love when the future is exciting. Especially I know nothing about it. Oh, darn it. But hopefully we'll get some update about the arena in January. One main thing I want to say is that the fucking hit marker needs a fucking update. Hit markers are shit right now. They fucking fool you into when you hit things. They fool you when you don't. you'll actually sometimes kill skellies where you don't get the hit marker, and you won't kill skellies when you do. The arena is going to be really important. It's going to be really important that we know when we hit something and when we don't. I hope they work on that. But anyway, I will be continuing this series because I am having a blast doing it. I always have so many thoughts that come with the updates, but I want to make a video of it, and the series will go on. So yes, happy New Year's, happy Christmas and New Year's, and all the holidays to Rare as well, and I hope they have a nice break before the most important update that we've all been waiting for. Okay, so bye guys, and catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Foxy out. Oh, and make sure you leave a. I haven't done this in a single video, but please make sure that you leave a like if you enjoyed my talking, and a comment if you got any comments about how you feel about this update, and what you thought of it, what you think of the topics I brought in addition to that I was inspired to talk about because of the developer update and how it was structured, and or anything that I've said. And please subscribe if you'd like to catch more Sea of Thieves action and developer update reviews. See you guys in the next one. Peace.